What's up guys, welcome to another episode of Hosting channel. In this video I'm gonna show you job that I'll be doing on this car. What we have leather seats with tire mark. The tire mark on leather maybe is not the most common issue I've seen when it comes to leather. However, I've seen number of them already, and the question always from people is how to clean this mark from the leather, and the answer is you can't clean it. Basically, if you leave tires on your leather, what will happen is tires have some sort of oils in them, and the pressure from the tire that is on the leather seat combined with the oils from the tire causes that the oils penetrate the surface of the leather. So in the case of issue like this, there is no way that you can clean this stain without affecting the leather. Even if you use some strong solutions, you also won't be able to clean it. The example is the far side of the seat, which has the same sort of issue. The owner tried to clean it, and all he done was he kind of made the leather worse. The only solutions for this sort of issue is respraying the leather, which we're gonna do in this case, or another thing you can do is you have to replace the leather. So let's have a look at the steps we have to do to fix this sort of issue. I'm gonna show you the products, and I'm gonna show you the way I'm fixing this sort of problem. If you're interested in leather restoration, you've probably seen some videos on my channel, on other channels from other people. The process is kind of similar in this case. However, there's two more steps we have to do to make this job working. So the first step in this restoration, what I'm going to do is, as always, I'm going to clean the leather. For that, I'm going to use Gaze Rapid Leather Cleaner. So as you can see here, what happened was the owner tried to clean this part and whatever he used, I'm not sure even, discolored the leather turned sort of bluish. Also in this little piece here, the paint, the factory paint failed altogether. And a lot of times people try to clean the leather without having proper leather cleaners, proper products, and what that leads to in lots of cases is they cause more damage than there is already. The second step in this case kind of repair, what I do is I use a product called Grease Absorber, also from Gaze. What this product does is once you apply it on the surface, it will pull out greases, oils from the leather. When you use this product, you have to be aware that you don't want to overuse it, because if you use it too many times, it might over dry the leather. The product comes as a powder, but this way it won't work. So what we need to do, we need to make a gel of it. To get the gel from the grease absorber as a powder, what we need to do is we need to mix it with solvent leather cleaner. Once we have the product ready to use, we apply it on the surface wherever the stain is, and then we'll give it time. The product will dry on the surface and will turn white. So in the case of this seat, what I did is I left the grease absorber for about an hour and a half. You can have a look how the product turns. So it dries and it pulls some of the oil. There is nice improvement already on the stain. However, this stain is gone through the surface, so there's no point really go too mad with the grease absorber, because you're never gonna clean the surface properly with that, because the stain is in the surface rather than on top of it. If you're doing this type of repair, it's very important to do all the stages properly. That's because, let's say, if you don't use the grease absorber and you paint over the surface, what will happen, the paint initially will cover the stain, so it will look good. However, over weeks or months, the stain might come back through the new paint. So in the next step, I'm going to sand down the surface. I'm not going to work on the whole seats. We're going to just do spot repair wherever is required. So I'm going to sand down the surface a little bit bigger than the stains are, and then we're going to just work on that surface when it comes to spraying. For sanding the surface, I'm going to use 400 gradation sanding pads. When it comes to sanding the leather, always make sure you don't sand down the stitching. That's because the stitching is very easily damaged. In this case, we didn't have a really issue because there is no stitching on the panels that we will be spraying. Sand down the leather, If it's perforated leather like this, in this case, always make sure you clean the perforation as you go. After sanding, the perforation were clogged up with the dust. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just blow it with the compressor. The next step in this process will be degreasing the leather. For that, I'm going to use Gauge Dissolve. It's a solvent leather degreaser. After degreasing the leather, I'm not going to do any other stages today. I'm going to leave this leather till tomorrow, do the further stages tomorrow. That's because when it comes to spraying the leather, if you do all the stages one after the other without giving time break, what might happen, that paint might lift after some time. In the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply product called Repair Blocker. What this product is, it's a product that blocks stains that are in the leather. In the case of tire marks or all sorts of different permanent stains in the leather, if you don't use this product, there is always chance that the stain will travel through the new paint. The use of this product is pretty simple. Of course, you have to prep the surface before, as what we did. Now I'm going to use sponge to apply the product on the places where we have stains. In the case of tire marks, in both cases, the surface isn't too large. However, because the owner tried to clean the leather, in this case we have to cover the whole area, because whatever he used, it caused sort of blue stain on the leather. So I don't want to take chances that this bluish sort of color will come back through the repair. The blocker is pretty thick product, so especially if you work on leather with perforation as here, don't try to apply too much, as if you apply lots of it, it will clog up the perforation. We have few places here where we need to just use needle to clean them up, but it's not too bad because like the area is quite big. If we filled all of them, it would be a serious challenge. In this case, we only had to correct few of them. After applying the blocker, leave it for minimum half an hour. You can also use heat gun to speed up the drying, but I'm just gonna leave it for half an hour, maybe 1 hour, and then I'm gonna start to do other stages. When the blocker is dry, we sand it down just gently to sort of roof the surface, but make sure to don't remove the blocker. After that, we can wipe off the repair with dry cloth. We can use a bit of water. I don't want to use solvent cleaners. That's because we could remove the blocker fully if we don't that. So when we're ready, we can spray the leather. In this case, because it's small repair, I will use airbrush for that. It's gonna be much nicer, much handier job to do. After spraying the paint, we leave it for a couple of hours and spray the top coat on the leather, and here is the final result. So in the case of tire marks, this is the process you should do. Also, if you get some sort of permanent stains, you should use the blocker. If you dealing with oils, you should use the grease absorber, then you will get the job done right. However, the best advice is basically don't transport your tires on the leather seats because that's what might happen with your car. It's quite a bit of issue because like restoration is the only option. Another option is replacing the leather, and it could be very, very costly. So that's everything in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the result I achieved in this video. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe my channel so you won't miss any other videos that I'm gonna publish in the next while, and see you on the next one.